What's up, guys? We're back with another video. If you saw the title, today I'm going to be giving you guys an update on my pro career so far. A lot of you guys have been wondering where I've been, what I've been up to, what's there in the future for me in my career. So I'm going to be answering all of that in this video. And also I added a Q&A session on Instagram where I asked you guys to ask some questions for this video. So I'm going to be doing a Q&A after this as well too. So I'm not going to yap too much. Let's just get into it. Okay, so where have I been at? What am I up to? What are the future plans for my career? For the ones who don't know, unfortunately, I ruptured my Achilles at the end of last season. And for the past 3 months, I've just been recovering and rehabbing. It's been a super tough time. And being away from the game for a long time is something really hard for any player that loves the game. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. This is a pretty serious injury. It's probably going to be around 8-9 months, sometimes can even go up to a year in recovery. But as of right now, I'm on track. 3 months in, finally starting to walk now. And so things are looking good, hopefully, to be able to come back in the summer. But how the injury happened, because a lot of you guys are probably wondering, it was really kind of like almost like a freak accident type of thing. We had a re-entry day session, and what that is pretty much like whenever you have days off on the weekend, it's the first session coming in to the new week. Did the whole entire session, felt good, sprinting, running, jumping, all that. And then at the very end, we were doing crossing and finishing. A ball came over my head and I'm backpedaling. And mind you, like I'm not like trying to head the ball or score. The ball was overhit so much, it was gonna go on the other field. So I was backpedaling and trying to catch the ball, and I felt it instantly. But I knew from that point, I knew I had tore my Achilles, and they confirmed it. But the good news is I got the surgery a week after it happened, and now I'm on the mend, and now it's about the road to recovery. So what am I doing right now? What are my plans for the future? To be completely transparent with you guys, for the ones who know, obviously I got drafted to Houston Dynamo in 2022. Last season was my second season with them in the second team, and that was the end of my contract. And so this is one of like the hardest things ever, getting an injury in the end of your contract, because for a lot of players, you're usually kind of stuck, usually in a pretty bad spot, because the club's not going to be able to re-sign you because you're on the end of your contract. Thankfully, all praise be to God, Houston is looking out for me, and I'm honestly so grateful for this. They're taking care of me right now. The reason why I'm in Charlotte right now, I'm not in preseason, because I'm doing rehab with a physical therapist from Charlotte FC. They're taking care of me with that. I'm doing, top-end rehab to help me get back as healthy as possible. And then late February, I will be returning to Houston Dynamo to finish out my rehab. So I'm super grateful for that. It's really a blessing from God, to be honest, because I could be in a much tougher situation. But the goal is right now just to smash rehab in Charlotte, going to the gym, making sure I'm doing all my exercises properly, and then we're heading back to Houston late February to finish off rehab. Housing, everything is all included as well too. So it really is a blessing. And I think for me, it's important to see this scenario as an opportunity rather than an obstacle. It could be worse, and I feel like this is just another opportunity for me to grow physically, spiritually, within my faith, which is something I'm going to talk about later on. In this injury, I've grown closer and closer to God, and I've strengthened my faith with Him, and that's been something super positive as well too. So I'm just taking all the positives that are coming out from this, even though it's not the best situation. So what's the future looking like for me in terms of clubs? So at the end of last season, I did have clubs who were interested in bringing me on, since it was near the end of my contract. USL Championship clubs, USL 1 clubs were interested in me. And then even though I've gotten this injury, I've still had clubs have interest in me and potentially bringing me in and when healthy. So, obviously nothing's set in stone, but I think for me personally, my focus right now is to get healthy, make sure I'm doing everything I can, and I think everything else will take care of the rest. Houston is, they made it clear that they're going to help me to, either get to a new club or potentially re-sign me. We don't know what's going to happen, but all I know is that right now is that I'm going to do everything in my power to get back healthier and stronger. And so I really want to be transparent with you guys on this, because for the ones who are new here and haven't seen my journey as a player, I've had a ton of ups and I've had downs like this, from going up through the academy to making it to Clemson and winning a national championship and scoring 2 goals in the game and captaining Clemson and getting drafted to Houston to, moments like this where it feels like you're at the very bottom of your career. I just hope that you guys see my journey, you guys can take inspiration from it and see the truth in pro football or just any journey in general, that you're going to have a ton of ups and downs. And I have full belief that I'm going to come back super strong and continue to have a successful career. And I hope that you guys can take inspiration from that as well. And in that, and during this time period, I got probably 6 more months until, I'm back full. I've been, using my time and energy into other things. Like I said before, my faith in God. For any of you ballers who are super interested in getting tapped in, this is the devotion that I've been reading. It's amazing. It's a super easy read. This is how I've been able to really start to dive in and really grow in my relationship with Christ. Like, it's something that's super important to me. And I think it's a huge reason why I've been so positive during these dark times, because of my relationship with God. So if you're a believer, or if you're someone who's not a believer who wants to take that next step, it's definitely helped me during these tough times. So I definitely want to recommend that to you guys for sure. And also other stuff off the field. I have my business, my brand, Drip FC. For some of you guys who don't know, I completely built this business from the ground up just from a TikTok series, the Drip or Skip videos, which I'm definitely going to be posting more of. But it's just scaled and it's grown to this big thing. And me having this time away for the game, this allows me to tap more into different business endeavors to, set me up off the pitch as well too. So like I said before, there's other things, there's good that is coming out of a situation like this. And I think for any baller, whether you have an injury or you have different downs in your careers, I think it's super important to have gratitude and also make sure that football is not the only thing in your life. For instance, when football is taken away from me, I have other things in my life to keep that happiness, which I think is super important. So yeah, that's pretty much an update. We'll be heading back to Houston late February. I think it's necessary to be able to show you guys this side, because the reality of it is a lot of people go through these things in the game. So, okay, so now for the Q&A session. I have these Q&A questions that I put on Instagram, so I'm gonna be answering a few of these for you guys in this video. What did it take to become a pro, and when did you start playing soccer? It took a lot of training, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication to the game. I started playing soccer since I was 2, and that has really been my whole life. Doing training on your own is so important. Whether you're doing, technical training, whether you're studying the game, whether you're just playing a bunch of small-sided, all those hours that you have spent, just getting touches on the ball or just being around the game, all those things add up, and all the dedication and sacrifice in terms of having to move clubs and, the sacrifices my family had to make, all those things, led to me being able to make it professionally. So like any other pro is probably going to tell you, hard work, dedication, sacrifice, but also a little bit of luck as well too. They say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And when I was at Clemson, and I was a freshman, and I didn't think that I was ever gonna become a professional player because I was on the bench, because I continued to prepare and work hard, even during a time when I didn't even think I was gonna be a starter. When that spot opened up, because I had been training so much, I was ready to take that opportunity that opened up for me, and I just never turned back. And I just took that momentum and went all the way to the pro level. So obviously hard work, dedication, sacrifice, but make sure that you're continuously preparing so that when you get that opportunity, you grab it, you take it, and you don't let go of it. What are the salaries like in Next Pro, and can you get paid at MLS Next? So MLS Next is the Academy League. So no, you cannot get paid as an MLS Next player, but an MLS Next Pro, that is 3rd tier in the United States soccer pyramid, and actually no salary cap in MLS Next Pro. So you can get paid nothing, or you can get paid, $100,000 in some cases. I've known players who, obviously there's academy players who will play in MLS Next Pro and not get paid under an academy contract, so they keep their eligibility just in case for college. And I also know some people who have been making 6 figures playing in Next Pro as well too. So it can really range from anywhere, but I will say the average to around most Next Pro players is around $30,000 a year, usually some are around $2,000 a month. So that's kind of average consensus from what I've kind of seen in the league. But yeah, you can have, there's no cap. So so you can get anywhere from playing for free or to, you know, making six figures potentially next pro. So will you play another season for Dynamo? I kind of answered this a little bit in the beginning. The goal right now is to go back to Houston late February to rehab with the Dynamo. Once the summer comes in, that's when a decision will be made, whether the club will either help me move on to a new club or I will re-sign throughout the rest of the year. So we're just gonna see how things go. I will be back in Houston. I will be at the facility. I will be training. Will I play another season? I mean, we'll just have to see. What is the best part of going pro? I will say, you know, for me, I'm not at the highest level pro that you can be. You know, obviously I played next pro, that's third tier in the United States. I have aspirations of making it as far as I can go. But one, to achieve a dream that I've wanted to achieve since I was a little kid, but two, to be able to inspire and connect with you guys. It honestly just feels super good when, you know, I have a game and I'm seeing fans after the game and people who really support me, or I post a TikTok or a YouTube video and people are in the comments saying, man, I really support you, man, keep going. So like, I love that part about being a pro, just really getting to connect with you guys. That is all for the video today. I want to give you guys an update. I really appreciate you guys who are asking all these questions and supporting me. It's going to be a super tough journey back. You know, I'm in good spirits, but it's not going to be easy. And so I'm going to continue to make content and bring you guys along with my road to recovery to hopefully get back to being as strong as ever, back and better than before, back on the pitch. So I really appreciate everyone. I'm going to keep pushing. And yeah, that's it for today.